So we have just taken a bumpy Uber ride to an embarcadero in Xochimilco, and we are waiting for the guys who run the Chinampa that we're going to visit, and we're going to check out where loads of things are grown for restaurants around the city, and yeah, I'm excited. It's real hot though.
So first we're going actually to Threshold, which is it's now a small center where they have a store, they have a restaurant. We can go to the bathroom before starting to go there, and over there we're going to have an introduction talk, and then we're going to this Chinampa school, which basically is a floating garden that they use as a school to teach other farmers how to grow in the traditional way.
Yo solamente pienso en ti. 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 Fuego en mi corazón. Fuego en mi alma. Yo solamente pienso en ti. Yo solamente pienso en ti. Yo solamente pienso en ti.
Bueno, bienvenidos a Xochimilco.
So he says, welcome to Xochimilco.
Esta es la parte ecológica, la parte no conocida,
This is the ecological part, the not as touristy part,
la zona chinampera.
the Chinampera area, which is the Chinampas floating gardens.
Mi nombre es Dionisio de Lava Sandoval,
His name is Donicio, but everybody calls him Don Nicho.
representante de la organización.
He's a representative of the
La
organization.
compañera Mari
With Mari,
está en la parte secretaria,
she's the secretary.
relaciones.
Relationships, PR.
El compañero Carlos,
Carlos over there with the hat.
arquitecto visual.
He's like the visual architect.
Y bueno, estamos en la Chinampa de Educación Ambiental.
And this is the Chinampa of the educational school Chinampa.
Somos una organización de base campesina
It's an organization of farmers
con 18 años de trabajo,
with 18 years of
trabajo
work,
comunitario.
communal work.
El objetivo parte
The goal starts
con una profunda necesidad
by a deep
de
necessity
ver cómo la chinampería va para abajo.
to see how the Chinampas farming goes down.
No hay un desarrollo,
There is no development,
no hay un programa sostenido.
there is not a sustainable program.
De ahí surge
From that it comes
fundarnos como una organización campesina
to found as a farmers
que
organization
pueda coadyuvar a la conservación, restauración,
that can help
preservación
to the
y
restoration,
sustentabilidad.
preservation and sustainability of the area.
Este chinampa, la idea es
And this
recuperar
chinampa, the idea is to grow
semillas,
seeds,
fertilizantes,
fertilizers,
mercado,
market,
acompañamiento empírico y académico,
knowledge, empirical knowledge and academical knowledge.
fusionar
Fusion them
y crear verdaderos proyectos de alto desarrollo.
and create true projects of high development.
Cilantro.
Es un trabajo a la forma
I think it would
antigua,
be.
This is like old school work
igual, chapín,
with chapines, the brownies,
semilla,
with the seeds,
sale la plantita,
It comes
y
the plant.
sembrar.
and then they put them here.
Es el corazón de la planta,
This is the heart of the plant.
aquí van todos sus nutrientes.
Here it has all the nutrients.
Esto
This
se va a quedar para semilla.
is going to be kept for seeds.
Yo solamente pienso en ti. Fuego en mi corazón. Fuego en mi alma.
They gave us hats, which were a lifesaver because it's really hot here. It's super open. But I have to say, this has been one of the most incredible experiences that I've had in Mexico City. Don Hijo is so passionate about the work that he's doing and what it's doing for the culture here, for the like natural habitat, for like Mexico City. It's just so incredible. I really highly recommend a tour here with Ubish. I'll link everything below for his company Mexico Underground. I mean, this is one of the best experiences I've ever had in the city. If you're at all interested in conservation, in like agricultural culture, and that doesn't sound interesting, but just learning more about like the amazing work that they're doing here, I really recommend taking a tour here. So it's taken me a few days to process exactly what it was that I saw at the Chinampas. I watched back the clip that I filmed towards the end before we left, and I feel like I didn't really fully capture how incredible what Don Nicho and his team are doing in Xochimilco. So you've probably heard of Xochimilco before if you've heard anything about Mexico City. Xochimilco, to most people, is colorful boats and lots of drinking and partying and mariachi bands and loud music, and it's great. It's so much fun. But there's a whole other side to Xochimilco that many people don't see, and it's the first time I've seen this other side, and I feel really lucky and kind of honored to have been able to meet Don Nicho and to see how passionate he is about the project that he's been working on. He started this school about 18 years ago, and he's been working in this non-profit organization trying to rebuild the Chinampas and the farming culture in Xochimilco for those 18 years. And he was tired of having to wait for the government to give funding or for people to agree on how money was going to be spent, and then every 6 years when a new president and a new team of politicians came through, everything that he'd negotiated in the previous 6 years was wiped away. So he decided that he was going to take it into his own hands and just completely take the load on his back of making Xochimilco and the Chinampas and this farming culture that goes back literally thousands of years. And it's so incredible. He's so passionate. I only show in the video very briefly a little bit about how he talks about this project, and I feel so lucky to have met him. I left feeling super invigorated about the things that they're doing there, but also really motivated to sort of carry on into the things that I do. And I really recommend, if you're interested in ecological things, if you're interested in meeting someone really fascinating and really entrepreneurial minded and really passionate and interesting and so lovely, I really recommend taking this tour. Ubish, who you've seen in lots of my other videos, runs this tour. He works really closely with Don Nicho. In addition to being able to hear and see what it is they're doing there, we also got to have an amazing lunch, the best tlacoyos I've ever had. Really good pulque, which I didn't previously like, but this pulque was so fresh. It didn't have that kind of gummy texture. Yeah, and we got to spend the day out in this peaceful side of Xochimilco that you wouldn't normally see. So yeah, I just wanted to add a little bit more information for you guys who perhaps watched through those clips and weren't sure exactly what it was all about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!